Welcome to this episode of North Texas Talks. I'm your host, Scott Ochoa, and we're here again at CBC Creative. They were grateful enough to hook us up with another great spot here in downtown Sherman, Texas. And today, a great guest. We have Tom Watt, who's running for Grayson County Sheriff 2016. So Tom, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you visiting us here in the great downtown area.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us, I want to get right to your qualifications, your experience. What makes you a good pick for the sheriff's office?
My entire adult life has been spent in the law enforcement community. Hired on the Sherman PD in 1981. That was after a career in the Army Corrections. Spent 3 years in the Army at Fort Riley, Kansas. Spent the next 31 years of my career at Sherman PD, and I retired at Sherman PD after 8.5 years as chief of police.
Oh, okay. You had some experience here in Sherman. And
yes, sir, I have.
Specifically law enforcement, which
yes,
certainly is a good thing for the sheriff's office. And the common question that we're asking is, are there any challenges, or more specifically within the sheriff's office, there's been some recent changes in the management over at the sheriff's office. So what is your take on that? What changes do you think are there, and what's the challenge?
Well, first off, I think I'd have to say that I have a very good relationship with Sheriff Gary. I respect him. I think he's done a tremendous amount of good in Grayson County law enforcement. His law enforcement career is impeccable. However, the recent events have actually angered me quite a bit. His leadership team is supposed to be there to support him, to make sure that the vision that he has for that organization is carried out. He's got a lot of great ideas. He's had some good programs. But I think when Sheriff Gary has needed his leadership team the most, his senior managers the most, they have failed him. We have yet another controversy going on over at the Grayson County Sheriff's Office. I think when one of my opponents resigns his position and refuses to speak about it, and there's no official stance on what's going on, it's just another controversy in a long line of controversies. I mean, it started out with the weapons being taken out of evidence. Then we had the TCOL falsifying records issue. Now we've got this. A leader, a sheriff, should expect his leadership team to have his back. That's what they're there for. They're there to make him look good. That's what I did when I was a captain and a lieutenant. That's what my assistant chiefs did when I was a chief. That's their job, is to make sure that the sheriff looks good and his policies and procedures are carried out. I believe they have failed him in that area. And that's what really bothers me about what's going on now. And my opponent, he is a lieutenant, was a lieutenant in that organization. And to just absolutely refuse to address the issue with the people of Grayson County, I think that, I don't understand that. I don't understand how a leader in that organization can assume that people will allow that to be his response. We have people over there now that are plugged into positions where they don't actually have the training and experience to do those things. They're being asked to do things that they're not trained to do. I think that is a big part of the disorganization that's going on over at the Grayson County Sheriff's Office. I believe that my skill set is what's needed to bring some organization to the Sheriff's Office.
Well, there you have it. Our guest, Tom Watt. You can see by his knowledge, he certainly knows what's going on. He has some ideas on what needs to happen. So make up your mind who you're going to vote for. But, Tom Watt, you've seen it here. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. If you're watching here at Facebook, be sure to like this episode, share it with your friends, your colleagues. Make sure you go over to the North Texas Talks page and also like that page. And if you're watching over at YouTube and you like what you see and you want to see more, subscribe to the channel and also like the episode here at YouTube. I'm your host, Scott Ochoa, and as always, I'll see you next time.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
We'll see you around.
All right. Take care.